Welcome to Math Facts. My name is Luis and the cameraman's Victor. Let's do 12.4. Let's go. Is this triangle an equiangular? Explain your answer. This triangle is an equiangular because if we use base angles theorem, you could see that if both sides are equal, then that means the third side will also be equal. And if two angles are equal, then that means the third angle will also be equal. And in order to do this, we need base angle theorem. But first, we have the triangle is an equiangular because of base angle theorem. If two sides are congruent, then that means that the angles are also congruent to the triangle. Hello, right now we're trying to find the value of x in this triangle. In order to do this, we're going to use the base angles theorem. And in order to do that, we first have to use triangle sum theorem, which is 180 equals 5x times 3, because there's 3 angles, but we don't know the rest of the angles, and we're trying to find the value of x. So in order to do this, we need to multiply 5x by 3, and that'll equal 180 equals 15x. And the next step is to try to find x by itself. So what we're going to do is divide 180 by 15. So you divide on both sides. And once you divide it, you should get 12 equals x. Or if you want it the other way, x equals 12. So that means if one side is, or one angle is 12 and every side is congruent, then that means that the other sides should also be 12 because of base angles theorem. Alright, so now we're going to be talking about some pretty essential vocabulary that you're going to need in order to do 12.4. So base angles theorem, for example, it stands for if two sides of a triangle are congruent, then the angles opposite them are congruent. And then there's converse angles theorems, which is also another theorem. If two angles of a triangle are congruent, then the sides opposite them are congruent. Then there's another theorem, which is the corollary to the base angles theorem, which is if a triangle is equilateral, then it is equiangular. Then there's corollary to the converse of the base angles theorem, which is an important one too, which is if a triangle is equiangular, then it is equilateral. Finding the value of x and y. And just to be clear, we took this from our student journal, page 342, question 7, chapter 4. Now let's get right into this problem. All right, so x is unknown, same with y, and from this triangle, we know that y is minus 25, so it's not really that much information is given. So in order to find it, we're going to be using the base angles theorem. So in order to do this, we need to get 180. We need to get 180. 180 equals 3y, because there's 3 y's. 1, 2, 3 from this triangle. So we're going to do 3y divided by 3, because we want y by itself. So let's just move this. We do this. Alright. So 180 divided by 3 equals 60. And that will equal 60 equals y. And in the problem, we can see, so now we know that y equals 60. And in order to find x, we subtract 60, which is here on the y, minus 25. So then let's just do that. And it's 60 minus 25. And just to be clear, we got the 25 from down here and the 60 from our y. Then 60 minus 25 will equal, oh, it's not dividing, just to be clear, we're just subtracting. So then 60 minus 25 will equal x equals 35, because they share the side right here, and both of these sides are equal. So they're both congruent or the same. So if this side is 35, then this side is 35. So then we find x equals 35. And the reason is that because since we got a y right here, which is 60, and then you got minus 25, so then that will equal 35 for x. And if you have any questions, just don't be shy to leave a comment down below. Just we'll we'll see if we can help. All right, hello guys, we're back with another problem to solve, and right now we're gonna be finding the value of x and y in this problem. And just to say, we took this problem out of Student Journal with page 342, question 8, which is still on chapter 12.4. All right, so let's get right into this problem. All right, so then 40 is the measure of this angle. X is the measure of this angle. And then the sides for this triangle is x minus y. And for this side, it's 2y plus 10. How may you solve this problem? Oh yeah, refer back to the video before if you haven't to find out, or just keep on watching here and solve it if you know how. All right, so 40 and then x. So what you do in order to find x, what you do is 180 equals 40 plus 2x. And you may be wondering where we got 2x, and we got it because we're using base angles theorem. And in base angles theorem, it says if two sides of a triangle are congruent, then the angle opposite them are congruent. So, and as you can see here, these tick marks say that both these sides are congruent. So since this side is x, then this side would also be x. So it's 180 equals 40 plus 2x. All right, so what you do now is you subtract 40 on both sides. So then you'll get 140 equals 2x. And now what you do here is you just get x by itself, so you divide it by 2. And what you get is 70 equals x. So now we know what x means. So all we need to do now is just enter that into the second triangle, which is 2y plus 10, which then x minus y. So let me just move this so we can have more space. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna write out the equation of 2. Just saying this is a 2y plus 10 equals x minus y. So now for x we're gonna substitute 70 since we know x equals 70. So we'll just do that right now. Plus 10 equals 70. And then this is a y minus y. Alright. So then minus y. Alright. Oops. Whoa. Alright. Now we're gonna do is move this. And then get marker. Alright. So now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna subtract 10 from both sides. And we'll get 2y equals 70 minus y. And we also want we don't want y over here, so we're going to add it to the other side. And you're adding y, so then it'll be 3y equals 70. And then we also want y by itself, so then we'll divide it by 3. So divide both by sides by 3. And then we should get, and just saying, I just saw something. When we subtracted 70 minus 10, we didn't actually get 60. My assistant just told me right now. I just got informed. So then instead of 70, it should be 60. Since 70 minus 10 is 60. Thank you for helping me out, assistant. Alright, so then we'll just fix that. So then it'll be 3y, or 60 divided by 3 will equal y equals 20. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have found x and y for this problem.